Hi, welcome back, Finca family, to this week's episode of Finca Life, where I'm going to get quite heavy and personal and answer a lot of questions we've had this week. You've probably seen some of our videos or some of our fundraising, a very unrealistic maybe, a fundraiser that we've got all over our social media. Well, this video is going to explain the in-depth why we're doing this, why this is happening now, and why we're in the middle of something very all or nothing and has to be right now. It's very complicated. I can't put it into this intro, so you'll have to watch this video and I will explain everything to you.
I'm Emma and this is Edu. We're the founders of Tenerife Horse Rescue.
We are a small non-profit, self-founded, eco-friendly animal sanctuary born in 2018. We are run by a great big family of volunteers.
And an even bigger animal family. Don't forget to press the subscribe button to follow our Finca Life adventures every week.
So the first thing I want to point out is why we're doing this is because we want to save this place. As you all probably know, or anyone new who doesn't know, this is Tenerife Horse Rescue. I'm Emma, one of the owners, and we are in the middle of a very important chance to save this place and save and secure the future of not only the animals we already have, but future animals that we need to rescue. So starting at the very beginning, this 3 years ago was absolutely nothing. It was just an empty rock, and we've come so far in such a short amount of time. But we can't stop here because the demand of horses and animals that need rescuing is so huge that we were looking into buying the neighbouring land. Now, you may have actually seen, I think it was around 1 year ago, we had a fundraiser to buy a small piece of land, which I will show you a bit later on, which is that side over there. And this was, we managed to borrow enough money, raise enough money to make this possible. However, after 11 months of trying to sort out the paperwork to get this land, it has now fallen through. But that's not all bad news, and I'll tell you why, but I'm going to tell you why from around there. Okay, so here we are on some of the neighbours' land. Now, why all this has got to happen right now is because this piece of land has suddenly come for sale. It's not as simple or straightforward as that because, as I just said, we were in previous contract to buy some of the other land. Now, I'm questioning how I can say this to explain it, but there is no simple way. It's incredibly complicated. We don't fully understand this whole situation, so I don't expect you lot to as well. But some of you who have been reading our fundraiser, sharing our fundraiser, and really trying to help us, and some people have already donated to it, but don't fully understand why. So I said in a video I will try my very hardest to explain. So, our land is in the middle, and we are 6,500 square meters, and we are trying to expand because we can't keep up with the demand. There's not enough space for the amount of horses and animals that need rescuing. That's the simple first fact. So we made the agreement to buy the land, which I just told you about, and I'll show you in a little while, and that fell through. Now, the reason why that fell through is because it's part of a very big piece of land, which had been pre-sold to developers to make windmills. So therefore, the price of this land skyrocketed because it was already sold to windmills, developers who, you know, that's pocket change to them. And it was already under contract. So the owners of the land, you know, lucky them, it was fantastic, they'd sold it. But we managed to persuade them to sell us half of it because the developer didn't need all it. So we were buying it for the same price as the developer, which made it expensive, but it was valuable to us because it was right next to our land. Now that was what fell through. And the reason why ours has fallen through is because the separation wasn't done quick enough. And now the windmills contract is in limbo because it hasn't gone through, and there's a break in their contract, which means we have a sudden chance to buy all of that land. It means our previous sale of the small part of the land we wanted has gone, but we can buy all of the land. But that means that bit of land has doubled in size and doubled in money as well. So you might ask, or people quite often ask me, why are they not lowering the price? Because if we don't buy it now, the developers are going to then make the next contract and buy it again for the same price. So they're not going to lower the price to us a huge amount, or maybe very slightly, because we can buy it quicker than having to wait for the developers. But that is the first question, why it's so expensive. Because regardless of if we buy it or the windmill developers buy it, it's already sold. So we just have a moment where we have to jump in, reach their price, and it has to be now. So that's the first bit of land. But that's not why we're standing here, because whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, I don't know, exactly the same time this bit of land came for sale. And this is the other side of our land. So you might say, why do we want this one or not that one? Okay, this is where it's complicated, gets even more complicated. This bit of land, as you can see, is not so big, but it's flat and it's got buildings, and it's previously been used for animals, which is incredibly important to us because it comes with a license. It comes with legal paperwork. So any of you that have been following us will understand that we've been fighting and fighting to finalize our paperwork. It's very complicated to do everything legal here in Spain, and we are doing it, it's just slow. But so buying this bit will come with the paperwork that we need to finalize, and that secures the future of Tenerife Horse Rescue, that it can't be taken for developers, you know, other developers, or we can't lose the actual charity. The charity is legal, we're there, everything we're doing is legal, but we haven't quite been finished, and this will help us do that. So that's why we need this land. And as you can picture, in the future, there's loads of open space for the horses, and then there's going to be the barns for sick horses, things like this. There's also so much storage, which we don't have, which is hugely important. But what we really want to do here as well in the future is maybe create a veterinary clinic as well, because that's the most important thing for an animal sanctuary, and we can maybe collaborate, maybe even the person behind the camera who's, you know, she wants to learn to become a vet. In the future, we hope that this could be a veterinary clinic, and also we want to make a place for workshops, because you know we want to work with schools. We have a waiting list. We're just not finalised with that last bit of paper, which this land would give us, and then we can do workshops with schools, teach the future on how to look after animals, welfare, sustainable living, and develop and learn from here. So this land gives us all those opportunities. However, as you can see, it's not that big, and we need something bigger for our track system. So we're going to walk to the other land, and I'm going to tell you the rest of the complicated story of why we need both and why we need it now. So here we are on the other piece of land, so that you sort of know where we are. Directly in front of me is the Finca. Well, there's the charity shop, and then there's the Finca, there's our place, and then where we just were over there. And to the right of me is our woodyard, an extreme mess, so you don't need to look at that too much. This is part of the neighbouring land that we had under pre-contract, so they allowed us to use it already, and that's where we do our work and keep our stuff. So yeah, now you sort of understand where we are. In front of me is the Finca. Over there is the other land that we were just showing you. And then all to the side of me and behind of me is the original land that we were going to buy. So we were going to, it's around, I don't quote me on this, but I think it's around 50,000 square meters, and we were going to buy around 20 of it, so maybe 22, which was the first bit, pretty much what you can see squared off. Now we have to buy, if we can buy it, we have to buy all of it, which goes a long way back, and I'm not going to walk all the way to the end of it because it's quite far, all over there. So the good news is it will be incredible. It would be the most amazing paradise paddock and track system. There's up and down, there's cave bits, there's a bit down the bottom, there's a bit over there which will be full of water. It will be perfect, absolutely perfect for all of our horses, and we'll have almost unlimited space to rescue as many horses that need. Obviously financially as we grow, and then we can afford to, but we won't have to turn horses down because we have no space, which is the problem we have at the moment. We don't have the space. So this will totally fix that. However, the price tag is huge. And the thing is, we have to do it now, because if we don't buy it, all of this beautiful flat land, which would have horses galloping around freely for the remainder of their life, will be lost to windmills. There'll be one over there, there'll be one over there, and worst of all, there'll be one in front of me, in front of our finca. Now this is the really big problem. It will be so close to our already finca, or where our horses are already, and it will be blocking the view, which means our holiday rental will be ruined, which is how we are going to fund the place. And it's going to be so close to the animals, ruining their peace. And that is really, really terrible for us. We could really lose everything because of that. So that is why we have to buy this land, as well as that land. This land is going to save us losing it to windmills. So it's hugely important. And the other one comes with the paperwork. So it's a bit of a terrible decision for us. Like, if we can only afford one, what do we do? I don't know at the moment. I don't know the answer. Do we get this one because the legalities of the paperwork, where we can have the future of the vets and everything signed off, great? Or would that be pointless if we don't get this and then we lose it to windmills anyway? Or we buy this and then we don't get that, and then with this would be pointless because we might not have the paperwork signed off. I don't know. I don't know the answer. We're trying to figure out as we go along, and we're trying to fully understand this complicated situation. And I have no idea why it happened just all like this, all 1 week. Like, now we found out last Friday, all of this. I think it was last Friday, yes. And that's why it's such an urgent appeal, all or nothing now. Now, I don't know which way it's going to go. I know we're not going to reach this just by donations, because it's unrealistic and incredibly, I don't know, it's not to imagine that the people can donate that much money is unrealistic, and I don't expect that from anyone, because it's a huge amount of money, it's a huge ask. So we have two options of how we're going to do this. One is if we can reach a point with donations, which maybe it's possible. If you may know someone, if you can't donate, someone else might. It might happen. Crazier things have happened. We would be very lucky. If we could get to a point that then we can borrow the rest of the money, because we can't borrow it all, because technically we don't work. It's a charity. We can't borrow that much money. So we hope we can get donations to a point, or we are looking for an investor, a big company, a celebrity, some passionate animal lover who can donate this money and put their name to this place and join our Finca family, our horse rescue, and help us help these animals. We don't need to do all the work now. We don't have to build it all now. We've actually got all the time to do that. We've got the volunteers, we've got the patience, we've got the demand for sure, rescuing the animals. We've got all of this, we can do that. But what we don't have is the time to wait before we lose these lands. And once we lose them, they're gone forever. This will be gone to windmills. That'll be gone to who knows who. I mean, that could be sold to anyone, and they'll be right touching our land. We don't know. But what we do know is that if we miss this opportunity now, it'll be gone forever. And the future of Tenerife Horse Rescue will just be our small finca. We can't rescue any more horses. We can't expand. We can't grow. And we may lose it to windmills. So that, unfortunately, is the reality. I really hope that I've explained that somewhat, and I hope it wasn't too boring or difficult to follow. If you have any questions, please email me or comment below. Or if you know of anyone that may be able to help us, please email me and I can forward you our presentation with the full details and everything that we can offer, that we can ask for. And we will just have to see what happens. One more thing I forgot. Come with me and I want to show you where the magic is happening. So you see the building there? This is our office, and I'm going to show you what's going on inside there, making this magic happen. But while I'm here, where I was just explaining where the windmill would go from the front, bang smack in the middle. We would lose this beautiful view, and the noise of the windmill would be incredibly close. So this is the office, and this is full of a team of amazing office girls. They're actually not all here at the moment, but this is where everybody is working pretty much all day, every day for the last few days, campaigning. We've got campaigning in English, campaigning in German, campaigning in Polish, campaigning in Spanish. Poor her is the face of Spanish at the moment. We're going to be on the radio tomorrow, hitting the newspapers, we're hitting everything. She's writing to all these celebrities and everyone we can in England. This is an honorary office girl who's injured herself with horses, but she's piling up emails and emails and emails of influencers and celebrities we can write to. As you can see, there's so many people working so hard, and we're trying so hard to make this happen. And in true Finca style, we really believe we're going to make it work. We always do. Somehow we always do. So I go back to my station, which is where we try to get everything done. And I will leave you with the final detail, which I had totally forgotten to tell you until now, which unfortunately is quite an important one, how much money we really need. So we've said we need around 250,000 euros to make this happen. The original price that we put on our fundraiser that we did confuse people a bit was 350,000 euros. That's actually how much we need, but we do have the money that we fundraised last time for that land. That's still going into the land project, and a bit of money that we've already borrowed and securely borrowed. And we've raised a few thousand euros in the last days, but we need around more or less 250,000 euros to make this happen. This is why I said it's very unrealistic and ambitious of us to just ask for this on donations. But if you can donate anything, even a euro, a couple of euros, it all helps to creep up. You might think, oh, it's such a big amount of money that my €5 isn't going to make a difference. But if everybody thought like that and everybody did donate a euro, €5, €2, whatever, it all adds up and it will reach us to a point where we can borrow the rest of the money. So I think I have rambled enough through this video. I have told you everything I think I can tell you, and I have probably confused you more than us lot in here are confused. We don't understand, none of us understand fully, but we're trying so hard. And thank you again so much. Thank you for making it through this video. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for everything you do. Please comment below your thoughts. Email me if you've got any questions. I can forward you our presentation. I can tell you in more details if you've got an idea of who you could send it to, companies, celebrities, whatever, or you've got any amazing fundraising ideas, please comment them below. And if you don't, please just like our video anyway, because that will help with algorithms and that will help people see this video and it will reach that person who can help. So again, from us, all of the team here in the office, all of the animals, the whole team of Tenerife Horse Rescue, thank you so much for your support. And I really hope that the next time we come back on this video, we're going to have some amazing news for you. Fingers crossed. See ya.